What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we check out SCP-682, the Mr. Indestructo Lizard, or close to indestructible lizard, vs SCP-096, which is the shy guy, the dude, you look at his face, you die. Simple as that. Simple as that. And then he does some weird devouring to your body, never to be seen again. So yeah, two guys that definitely you don't want to run into in a dark alleyway or just in general. But yeah, this is from SCP Illustrated. A few people have been asking me, react to some more SCP Illustrated. So yeah, we're going to react to that today. Yeah, this should be very interesting considering these are two of the most popular SCPs for sure. Probably, I know Shy Guy's definitely one of the older SCPs. And a lot of people are telling me about how they had a fight and I should check out this video on their fight. So yeah, as far as I know, it would come out to a stalemate. I don't know how the Indestructo Lizard could even lose a fight because he's indestructible pretty much, and SCP-096 seems to be very indestructible himself, and if you look at his face he tries to kill you, but I don't know if that would work for the lizard because the lizard isn't humanoid. But yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. If you are new, be sure to subscribe, suggest me videos, you could join our Discord, you could follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff. But let's get into this.
Good day everybody and welcome to SCP Illustrated, Entry Log 66. Today we'll be looking at the battle between SCP-682 and SCP-096. Now there is an entry for this battle on the SCP Wiki, but it's tiny, so I spiced it up a little bit with my own stuff. I say SCP-682 and SCP-096 a lot in this entry, and it begins to get very annoying saying the words SCP over and over again. So I'm not going to be saying that, I'm just going to be saying 096 and 682. It just makes it a lot easier.
I would just say 96 as
well.
Now
everyone please be warned that this video does contain very strong violence, blood, injury, gore, and bad language.
Okay. We're not afraid. This artwork is a little fucked up.
The following data release has been authorised by the following council members and administration staff.
Tree Hero.
Tissue test
Tree
record.
Hero, bro.
Not applicable. Termination test record. Containment tank containing SCP-096 was placed in SCP-682's cell. Personnel vacated the vicinity and the tank was opened remotely. Note from Dr. Carver.
SCP-096 has been placed inside SCP-682's cell. SCP-682 is still unconscious from the sedatives that were given some time ago. They'll aware of soon. All monitor equipment has been switched off as per protocol, except for sonar and laser-based video feeds.
682 waits and instantly notices 096 crying in the corner of the containment cell. He approaches and directly views 096's face. 096's hands come up to cover its face as he begins to wail and cry. 682 makes a guttural sound, apparently appalled by the sounds of 096. 682 then licks up 096 and swallows him whole.
Jesus.
Note from Dr. Carver.
SCP-682 just swallowed SCP-096. I can see movement in 682's abdomen. Either SCP-682 will throw SCP-096 back up, or SCP-096 will find another way out.
Wait, how big is this guy that he just swallowed the goddamn Shy Guy? The Shy Guy is massive. How has he swallowed an 8-foot don like that? Jesus. He's gonna break out of his stomach, he's just gonna cut out of it.
Note from researcher Monroe.
X-ray footage shows 096 has begun his attack on 682. He appears to be frantically scratching at him from within.
682 begins to roar in agony and rage as the side of his abdomen begins to tear and bleed. 682's abdomen ruptures completely, and 096 is viewed tearing his way out of 682, tearing chunks of tissue away. After tearing his way out of 682, he begins to pull out his ribs, causing part of 682's hide to collapse inwards. 682 roars and attempts to retreat away from 096. Note from Dr. Carver.
SCP-096 show no sign of awareness of SCP-682's lack for concern for such devastating wounds. SCP-682 shows signs of distress, but nothing you would expect from a creature having their ribs pulled out.
096 continues his assault on 682, climbing up onto his back. 096 begins pulling the spikes out of 682's back along with a significant portion of muscle and bone.
Ouch.
682's tail and head thrash around in a futile attempt to try and reach 096. 682 then rolls around several times, crushing 096 beneath him. 682 clamps his jaws around 096's head, severing all but the spinal column. 682...
That is the way you stop crocodiles and alligators. People sit on their back because they can't reach you, right? Well, if they death roll you somehow...
begins smashing 096 into the floor and the walls, apparently enraged at his inability to kill 096. 096 works his way into 682's mouth and stretches his arms and legs, breaking 682's jaw and tearing the tissue around his mouth. 682 roars and recoils, his jaw hanging uselessly as 096 advances on him again. Note from Dr. Carver.
SCP-682 is sustaining severe damage from SCP-096, however it does not seem to be having any major effects on SCP-682. Furthermore, we can see signs that SCP-682 is already regenerating lost tissue.
Pretty quick.
24 hours later. Note from researcher Monroe.
It's been 24 hours now and neither have managed to kill the other. The containment cell though is a bloodbath. It's an ocean of blood and there's chunks of 682 piled in all directions. The 682 is regenerating a lot faster than usual, to little benefit, as 096 just tears all the new stuff straight off.
Note from Dr. Carver.
I have put in an official request to my superior to end the test. SCP-096 is incapable of causing any fatal damage to SCP-682. It is now no more than two immortals locked in a never-ending battle.
That's what I said.
My concerns are growing that this battle may never reach a conclusion, or worse, breach of the containment cell.
That's very true. You don't want these two breaching the containment cell. But then wouldn't they be fighting each other, so maybe it wouldn't be that bad. But then again, you definitely don't want these two on the outside. Especially don't want to see anyone seeing 096's face. I'm not sure how they're going to put an end to it, though. Like, surely 096 is going to be breaking all kinds of containment to get back to him until he dies, right?
682 mutates and sprouts appendages from his mangled shoulder region that ensnares 096. 096 grabs one of these appendages and pulls it clean from 682's body. 682 throws a huge mass of flesh onto 096, burying him under it. 682 begins consuming lost tissue and regenerates a part of his hide, which begins to mutate into long jagged spikes. 096 recovers and charges at 682. 682 ejects and launches all of the mutated spikes at 096.
Wow.
096 is thrown backwards and pinned to the containment wall. He then pulls himself away from the wall, losing all the flesh and tissue still pinned to the wall. 682 snatches up 096 in his claw and begins crushing him. Note from Dr. Carver.
SCP-682 appears to be fully aware of SCP-096's regenerative capabilities. It seems he's no longer trying to kill him, but more restrain him.
Note from researcher Monroe.
It seems 096's reputation for being non-responsive to damage is intact. Not once yet have we seen him in a form of distress due to the injuries he has sustained.
Wow.
2 hours later. 30 seconds until the end of hostilities. 682 strikes the floor of the containment cell, sending 096 onto his back, followed by a wave of flesh and blood. 682 picks up 096 and bites around his midsection, severing the flesh of his midsection in two. 682, using both hands, pulls all the flesh from 096's body, reducing him to a skeleton hanging from his own skin, held by 682.
Oh shit.
682 leans over the skeleton of 096 and spews acid over his thrashing bones. 682 launches 096 towards the opposite side of the containment cell, where he thrashes around, still dripping with 682's acid. 682 slumps and makes no further attempt to attack 096. 096 begins to calm slightly and starts crying to himself in the corner, also making no further attempt to attack 682.
So he ripped all the skin off, and then he put acid on him. So all the skin and muscle is burnt or dissolved off, which means now SCP-682 technically hasn't seen his face. Maybe that's why they stopped, because now his face is different and he's not seeing it now.
Note from Dr. Carver.
It is over, finally. SCP-682 seems exhausted and shows little movement, though he's definitely still alive. SCP-096 is sat in the corner crying into his hands.
Bro, the amount of
the
flesh.
containment cell is an absolute fucking mess. But I believe it's now safe to remove SCP-096.
Note from researcher Monroe.
SCP-0...
There's gotta be a shit ton of fucking, like, piles and piles of flesh if they've been fighting for that long.
096 will be removed via a drone to minimise the risk of anyone seeing him. though somehow I doubt it would have the energy to go after them anyway. Security teams will sedate 682 and move him to another temporary containment cell, while this one is cleaned and checked for structural damage.
Sonar-based video feed reveals 096 severely wounded and huddled in the southwest corner, apparently upset. Feed shows 682 on the north end of the room, approximately 85% of its initial mass absent. Recontainment teams retrieved both entities with relative ease. Further attempts to expose 096 to 682 cause it to turn away from 682, jumping in place while clawing at its face and screaming. This termination test was deemed a failure.
Yeah, it makes sense that neither could kill the other. I still think there might be something to do in the fact that the acid burnt and his flesh all tore off, so now he actually hasn't seen his face, you know? That could be an interesting way to see it. But like I said before, there is no way these two could kill each other because they're both pretty much immortal. Like, it's impossible. You can't kill either of them. I think 96's bones are just indestructible, and the lizard regenerates so quickly that like you cannot physically do it. And the more you attack, the faster you regenerates, and then he adapts ways to kill you even better. So there you go. Definitely a very interesting fight. Kind of, I guess. Not really that interesting because it's impossible for someone to win. But anyway, yeah, man, that's the end of that video. Thank you all for watching this, man. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.